Hello, it's Carolyn from the Purple Poncho. Today I'm going to show you how to make the thermal stitch, which looks like this. It's very dense and very thick, made using single crochet stitches. And I have a little sample of regular single crochet stitches here, so you can see the difference. So if I pull these, you can see lots of holes on the right here. This is a regular single crochet stitch using the same yarn and same hook as this over here, the thermal stitch. You can see a little tiny bit of holes, but it's very thick and very dense. It's still stretchy, which is nice. And I like this to make hats or headbands or ear warmers because my ears get really cold when it's windy, and I think this is going to be really nice for the winter time. So again, just showing you the difference. And then the thickness, if you can tell, hopefully you can see, it's double the thickness of a regular single crochet. So I really like this stitch. To begin, make a slip knot and put that on your hook. And just to show you how to make the stitch, I'm just going to make a few chains. So whatever pattern you're following, just make sure you do the right number of chains. Okay, so just have a few here. Now you can either go through the front loop of your chain, or you can go through both loops of your chain. Whatever you're more comfortable doing. I'm just going to go through both loops. That's just normally how I begin if I'm using a chain like this. And just put a single crochet in each stitch across. Okay, make sure you get your last chain there, and chain one, and we're going to turn. Now, to make it thick, we're going to be utilizing the back loop of each stitch. So we're going to be going in the back loop of these stitches here. So this is the front loop, and that's the back loop. And I don't like to skip the first stitch. So the chain one for me does not count as a stitch. And then we're going to come down and pick up that leftover loop from our beginning chain. And then we're going to do a single crochet. And that's basically the whole thing of the whole method of these stitches is just grabbing the open loop from the chain or the stitch below and going in the back loop of the row that you're currently working on, and then completing your stitch. And you can hold it sideways like I'm doing, or you can hold it front ways, I guess you'd call it, like that. But it's hard to see where you're putting your hook. So until you get the rows formulated where you can just see them really, really easily, in the beginning stages I like to kind of turn it sideways so I can see where I'm putting my hook. So back loop, leftover chain or loop from the chain below, and complete your single crochet. Pick up that chain and single crochet. And I'm going to pick up my last stitch here, going in the back loop, pick up that back loop or front loop chain there from below, and my last single crochet. So it's looking really different than what you're used to. So one side is flat, and then this side has a ridge going across, because we're working in the back loop, and then we're working down below as well, one row below. So the next row we're going to chain one and turn, and again I'm going to go into that first stitch, and then we're going to go down and pick up that available open loop from the row below and complete our single crochet. And then we're leaving the front loop open here on the row we're working now. So on the next row we're going to be picking up this open loop here, the front loop here. So again, going in the back loop, picking up the front loop of the row below, and complete your single crochet. And once you get a few rows in, it's easier to hold, and it becomes very apparent where to put your hook. And again, I'm going to be utilizing this stitch a lot. I really like it. It does take some time if you're using single crochet to build it and make it longer, because it's so thick and dense. But I like it because I want to keep my ears warm in the winter time. Okay, so that's my last stitch. Chain one, turn. Again, this side is flat, and then we have the row that we just did, and we have that open loop here, the front loop down here from the row below, and they're quite close together. So try to keep the stitches lined up. If you pick up your back loop and then say you skip a stitch and you end up picking up the wrong front loop, when you get to the end, you're not going to be matching up. Like you'll have an extra front loop, or you'll have an extra back loop, or excuse me, the opposite. You'll have an extra back loop here with nowhere to put your stitch down below. So try to make sure that you have them all lined up and that you're going directly into the stitch below, like that. So I have done that before, where I got to the end of my row and I didn't have the corresponding stitch below. So I had to go back and figure out, okay, what did I do? So that was what happened. I had skipped a stitch below. So if you happen to have that happen to you, make sure you check each stitch. You can make this stitch with half double crochet, double crochet. Once you have your desired length and you want to end off, you're going to chain one and turn. And we're going to be going through both loops plus that leftover loop below. So we have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and finish your single crochet. So it's the same thing, except we're going to pick up the front loop here, whereas before we left it open. So we're going to go through all 3 and finish our single crochet. So complete this across your row. Go through all 3. Like so. Oops. And your last stitch. And now it's smooth on both sides. So that last row you're picking up all 3 of those loops and completing your single crochet. So again, here's my beginning sample with just regular crochet, single crochets, and then here's the one we just made with the thermal stitch single crochet. These would be great for blankets, hats, headbands, scarves. I mean, whatever you want to make that you want it to be super warm. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on how to make the single crochet thermal stitch. Thank you for crocheting with me. Follow me at the Purple Poncho and have a great day.